Is Senor Hosse's voice you've just been listening to. Then he's with me in the studio. He is a convener of the Individual Bondholders Forum. Joining him is Joel Jangba, who is the convener of the Individual Bondholders Association of Ghana. And both of them are joining forces for this particular protest. But I'm going to start with you, Senor. I honestly thought this matter had been resolved. So, again, help us understand why this protest. Bondholders have still not been paid?
Well, this evening, government took steps and some payments have been made. We are looking at other steps to finalize them. So we're hoping that the response will be constructive. But let's take a step back. The president told everybody, we won't lose our money. He was in Parliament after the DDE to give assurance that the policy position to exempt was going to be respected and government to honor its obligations. The finance minister was also there. And everybody, remember, they are standing on the floor of Parliament, standing before the people of Ghana to advocate this position. That's what honorable men do, honor their word. We saw breaches in they honoring their words, timelines given not fulfilled. There were agitations. We accepted to be at the table to work with government on how to deal and address the problem. We put together great brains, great minds to help government solve the problem and to coordinate its interactions with other citizens, the individuals in particular. We came up with a good number of points and recommendations that could save this country over 84 billion Ghana cedis annually. Today, as we speak, one of the multilateral agencies has adopted most of the recommendations we made to our own government and is using that to advise other countries. We have not come to the table with our 11 hands just shouting and screaming. We've come to the table with our brains, committed to the cause, to help really transform both our economy and sustain the lives of people. We're very clear, and I think I was very clear about that while we do understand the difficulties government is in, you don't cut your nose to spite your face, but trying to rather touch the particular nerve individuals are going to rather be, a major negative impact on the broader economy, and the path to recovery was going to be just out. I think any sound economist will tell you same. You do not touch confidence within households who provide loanable funds to a country, so you don't go there. So that principle, I think we all identified in our engagements. Government made commitments. He honored the part and started faltering. We made a petition to His Excellency the President that triggered the Ministry of Finance to get back to the table, to engage. We reconstituted the technical committee. The pensioners said they wouldn't partake because they felt it was just going to be another talk show. We engaged constructively. We came up with a schedule of coupon payments which were being honored. That culminated into the Memorandum of Understanding of 16th May 2023, 16th May. In the next 6 days, that'll be perfectly 2 months. Zero implementation. With principals outstanding, coupons outstanding.
Your coupons still outstanding?
Yes.
How many?
A few things have shifted since our engagement today. We've had meetings with the ministry. Okay. A few things have shifted, I must admit.
Including the commitment to pay the principals?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, we have got confirmation from some banks that the principals have been paid today. So that, I must admit, has happened. But we don't need this level of agitation to do that is honorable and right. We have always been available to be on the table, to talk. Going out there to agitate in such social action has not been our default position. Our position is to really get to the table, because no matter how much you stand outside and shout, you still have to be at the table to resolve the structure.
And it's true, because I want to bring Joel, because that was the original position.
That's right.
That for your group, your own protest, you were going to negotiate. In fact, recently, a few weeks ago, you signed under, an MOU with the government. In fact, it was the Minister of State,
that's right,
Amin Adam, who signed it.
That's right.
What has happened to that?
So, it's been very arduous, honestly, dealing with the ministry. We have, like you rightly said, initially we were for all going out and protesting and giving I mean, what we thought would culminate in us getting our coupons and principal payments done. But along the way, we realized that it's best that we engage the ministry, like Senyo was saying, and have a discourse and find an amicable solution to this. So this MOU came, and the ministry gave us the impression that they were all for honoring it and making sure that we're able to get...
Because they signed it.
Yes, you know, and following that, Evans, it's been very hard for us. We have tried to engage them. I mean,
the dignity of a response and communication has even been denied us as citizens of this country who have not just lent government our money, trusted them with our funds, but also have been at the table to help them work a way out. That's disrespectful. That's condescending. You don't do that in the space of public policy. They are not actually fit for it.
They didn't have the authority.
No, look. He did. He did it. Well, he didn't come and sit at one table alone. He came with his whole team. Yeah. I don't hide the fact that Honorable Amin is my brother. He's not my friend. He won't come and sit there, and I've known him for years. He won't come and sit there on that mandate. No. He's somebody who is very loyal to his systems and his order. Forget it. He came there on the mandate of everybody. He came with his directors.
That's right.
The director legal co-signed it. All we were expecting was immediate implementation. Some coupons are paid, others are not paid, no communication. I mean, when you owe people, the least you can do is to respect them and communicate with them. None. You don't treat people like that when people budget and plan their lives with this. Even as people have lost their jobs, people depend on this to survive. People have kids who are home. I've had to pay school fees myself for people I don't even know. But I know are members, and I know their holdings. And they are genuinely struggling. People have lost jobs, from the banking thing to all kinds of economic downturns. And just give them the dignity of honoring your obligations to them. We sat at the table. We even considered to even take out the collective investment schemes.
That's right.
At this phase.
That's right.
So that those who have the direct individuals with the direct holdings, we take care of them immediately.
You also suggestion on the table to convert part of it into treasury bills. What happened to that?
That is one of the key features of the solution.
That's right.
One, the few things we agreed on, clear arrears. Two, going forward, when you have liquidity challenges, convert to treasury bills. And the reason is simple. Government's only liquidity window on the debt market right now is the treasury bill market. So if you have to pay us, you have to go to treasury bills, raise treasury bills to pay us. Now, treasury bills are not certain to always be successful. And depending on the price points that government will want. So that means that there's the risk of government failing. So instead of you going and failing and come to tell us that you didn't get enough to pay us, you know what, just give us the bills. Let's go and face the market ourselves. And that also makes sense because a lot more people who even get the investments are likely going to reinvest back in the market. It was very rational.
That's right.
And they found it as a very good win-win situation for government. That's what they did. But today, you haven't honored it. You don't even honor us with the right dignity of showing a sign of how it's even going to be implemented. It took this conversation starting last week, Tuesday, for us to have a meeting on Friday.
That's right.
For this conversion, pay or convert option, or which we call the debt reprofiling
Was the
offer,
finance minister
to start.
in this latest meeting?
No. The finance minister himself was not in the, but he was effectively represented. I mean, we don't need to have the finance minister.
But Joel, what's the quantum of the funds owed the bondholders now? Because I remember the past you keep tracking it. How significant is the money?
I mean, I will hope because he's not a technical guy. Let me hold brief on that one for my brother.
But what are we?
We can't even give you a firm number now because things are.
What are you hoping to achieve though with this process?
Okay, so we're hoping that, like Senor said, we're hoping that all outstanding principals and coupons to date will be paid. Going forward, we also expect that all coupons that mature are paid promptly, yes. And also our MOU, because when principals are mature, we expect that government is able to pay, or as we have already signed in the MOU, the conversion to the T-bills. This is what we want, so that there's some predictability to our lives. There's too much hardships and uncertainty surrounding people's investments, and every day it looks like the government goes on unconcerned. We have tried. This is not what we would, originally want to do. No, we have tried. And there's nobody at the Ministry of Finance who can say, with regards to the debt management, that they don't know how much we have tried. how much we have called, sometimes have to drive there uninvited because we want answers, because members are suffering. You're getting calls from all sorts of quarters lamenting. Evans, people have taken funds from their parents and have invested it on their behalf.
Evans, people have died. People have died. People just don't say their stories. But people have struggled to maintain their family. They have died. People who have lost their spouses from the shock of all these things. We can't be so insensitive and disrespectful at the same time. These things must stop.
So what happens tomorrow precisely?
We are overwhelming the ministry. We are covering every inch of space. Every single person, hear me out. Nobody will fight your fight for you. You must be there and be counted. You must fight for yourself, your kith and kin, and for this country called Mother Ghana. We must show politicians, public servants, that you do not take the citizens who empower you and resource you for granted. You must be honorable with your word. Honor your word. Don't come alone. Come with your family members. Come with your friends. Every sympathizer. This is a fight for the soul of the country. Because if people can take your money and treat you recklessly, and you will sit aloof, can you imagine what they'll do when they realize they can walk away with that, with other things? This is not the precedence we have to set for our children, our children's children. This is not the precedence we must set for governance in Ghana. Ghana does not deserve that, and you must be there to defend the cause of Ghana. Everybody should be there.
And you
show up. We are starting at 7 o'clock because those people say they work. And I agree, people definitely work. So don't give me any story at all.
7 a.m. to what?
Come 7 o'clock. By 9 o'clock, we are out. The minister, his deputies, the directors, they should come and meet us there. And see that the people they are talking with are not people just driving in cars going up and
Is this something you intend to repeat, or it's a one-off?
We intend to repeat it, but tomorrow is just the first signal.
Okay.
It's just the first signal.
Okay.
We intend to repeat this. And every repeat will even be stronger and fiercer.
Okay. Oh, so that's the bondholders. Tomorrow, it says meetings have started already today.
We have started meetings and we hope to see progress. If we see the progress, we can have a different conversation. Till then, I'm sorry.
What if you finish and somebody calls you and says all the money has come? Would you still go out?
If we are out there for a purpose. So if the case and the battle is even won before we really hit the battlefield, that in itself is victory.
Neutralized.
And another thing you should also note, we are in for a war. It's a whole journey. That runs all the way into 2032. The battle will just be won, but the strategy is for the war. So stay committed and let's fight together for the soul of our country.
We'll be covering this tomorrow. We'll see how it pans out. Enjoy the rest of your evening.